There. You look very dapper.
I don't know about this, Mother.
You have the list of workers and how much they get paid. All you have to do is count out the money. This will be much better than shoveling manure on the ranch.
If you say so.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe you are now handling the payroll for the Diamondback Mining Corporation.
We are, but the pay station's not open yet.
It is open to me. Now let's handle this like ladies, shall we? No need to fuss. If you will kindly provide me with the payroll and the cash from your mercantile, I shall depart quietly.
This business is protected by Pinkerton Security, and our agent has you in his sights. You are under arrest.
I have my own security. Now please give me the cash.
Mother, I think you better give them whatever they want.
Very wise, young man.
Got you covered!
Hold your fire or she dies!
What's the back here?
Come on, Sam!
We'll split up and meet back up in Indian Territory.
That's Jesse James!
We both got a good look at them. They will not get away with this.
Mother, I'm going back to that ranch.
Now you come along nice and quiet and I won't have to hurt you.
John, get up!
You move, you're dead.
What happened?
I didn't even see him in the dark.
And that's why I work at night.
Who the hell are you?
You can't be the law.
But I am Deputy Marshal Bass Reeves. Both of you, coming with me.
You two did very well.
Thank you, Jesse. I believe in learning from the best. Now, with your help, Sam and I have enough money for our wedding and to build our house.
About time. Welcome to the Starr family.
Thank you, Sadie. Belle Starr has a fine ring to it.
I wish you all the best. Will you be living in the Indian Territory?
Yes, Sam has a fair parcel of land north of the Canadian River.
But Mama, I want to live in town.
Towns have too many nosy people, Pearl. We need to live somewhere off the beaten track.
So in the middle of nowhere.
We'll finally have a home, Pearl. Life is not kind to a widowed lady. And Sam will be your new daddy. How'd you like to be Pearl Starr?
Well, I guess it's as good as any.
I ain't never been no daddy. At least not that I know of.
Sam!
You can't be any worse than my real daddy. What's that thing around your neck?
This is my special necklace. This here is the earlobes of every man that I've ever killed.
Why?
I like to have something to remember them by, and I added one more today.
Oh. I think I'll be going to bed, if I can be excused.
Of course. Sweet dreams, darling.
I'll show you to your bunk, Pearl.
Now, Sam, you ought to be more careful with these killings. The war's been over 15 years. You know, they're bringing more marshals west of the Mississippi. You know, they caught Cole Younger. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
That was way up in Minnesota.
It could happen here, too.
I think you're right, Jesse. I believe this will be our last operation together. We're less likely to get caught if we work separately.
That's a good idea.
And Oklahoma is a new territory with a lot of opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
What are you planning, Belle?
Indians pay well for whiskey.
Saloons ain't allowed on the reservation.
No, but we can slip it in and peddle it ourselves.
Tribal council won't like that.
I'm sure we can bribe them.
You bring it in, and I can sell it.
Where are you going to get your supply?
I may have to secure employment in the saloon at Briarton for a while.
You ain't working no damn saloon.
Sam, I'll only be playing the piano and keeping my ears open.
Sam, she's good on that piano. She used to play for us all the time in Missouri.
You know I attended the female academy there. I would have been a real lady if the war hadn't come.
Can you stay for the wedding, Jesse?
No, I best be heading on home.
Jesse, you know you and your boys are always welcome to stay here if you ever need a hideout.
I appreciate that, Belle. Good luck.
Safe travels, Jesse.
I should be the best way out.
My daddy and Sam were always wild. So why do you do this, Belle?
My first husband, Jim Reed, could not hold an honest job to save his life. He left Pearl and me to go robbing and rustling and who knows what, till he was finally shot by somebody in his own gang. I decided then I wasn't going to wait around for any man. Jesse and Cole were old family friends, and I started riding out with them.
So you became an outlaw yourself.
I always was. This government made war on my people, and they have treated yours abominably.
Is it true that Cole is Pearl's father?
Don't listen to gossip, Sadie. My girl is no bastard.
You and Sam just be careful out here.
We will.
Hey, hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, hey.
I know this is not as nice as you had, Missouri, but I hope you're going to be happy here.
Sam, it's beautiful and it's ours. There'll be space for Pearl and my piano and the library.
We got a nice stretch of land on the river going all the way to the bend.
Let's call it Younger's Bend.
After Cole,
He was a good friend to both of us.
as long as I don't end up like him.
You won't. fellas, it's time for my break.
We need to thank you, Miss Belle. You've been bringing them in every night.
Music is a way of nourishing the soul.
Sure puts these boys in a good mood.
Esther, you busy? I could use some company.
I'll be right over.
I believe you said the sheriff is visiting tonight.
Yes, ma'am. He's sitting right over there. Hey, Sheriff, have you met our new piano player, Miss Belle Starr?
Ma'am, it's a pleasure. It's nice to have some music in here. Would you mind joining me?
I'd be honored.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope Briarton isn't keeping you too busy.
It can be tough out there. Well, I kind of expected that. What gets me, though, is why a fine lady like yourself married that damn crazy-ass savage like Sam.
Sam is actually much more of a gentleman than my first husband. The Cherokee have a great deal of respect for him.
I've heard that. I've also heard that the Star has some illegal operations going out there.
Let me clarify that for you, sir. Now, I know that Sam Starr's father engaged in some shady dealings, but the Starr family, of which I am proud to be a part of, is fully in accordance with the laws of the tribal council. Now, I know there is an unfortunate tendency to blame the Indians for anything that goes wrong.
I believe I'll have to take a look at myself.
Sir, do you receive adequate compensation for such endeavors?
Let's stop now.
To be frank, lawmen do not make a lot of money.
And we don't.
And you have the whole town of Briarton to take care of.
Yeah, it keeps me kind of busy around town. I also have to look after the spreads in the area, too.
Then I have a proposition.
Okay?
Stay out of Indian territory, and your remuneration will increase substantially.
How substantial?
Double your salary. I'm sure there's enough mischief in Briarton to keep you occupied.
Don't think of it, there is.
And I will make sure that you hear nothing in Indian territory that would require investigation.
Well, ain't you the sweetest thing?
Yes, key, kid, and kite all start with the letter K. Now, Harriet, do you know some words that start with the letter L?
Lamp, lion, luck.
Very good. Now, let's write them. Remember to sound out your vowels.
Daddy! Daddy! I'm glad you're home.
I am too. Have you two been minding your mama?
Yes, sir.
They've been doing really well, and they're learning. Robert has even started to like reading books.
That's wonderful. What are you reading?
Treasure Island. It's excellent and it's all about pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah, they're looking for buried treasure. I'll read it too once I know more words.
I know you will. I'm real proud of both of you. Now why don't you go outside and play a while? I need to talk to your mama.
No more lessons?
Not today. Out with you now. Run along. You'll see Daddy after supper. It's good to see you home safely, Dad.
It's good to be home.
So how did your last assignment go?
I brought them all in alive.
You always do. I hope you can stay a while this time.
Well, I don't know. It all depends on whatever this says.
Why, this is a letter straight from Judge Parker. He says he wants you to meet with him. There's been trouble in Indian territory.
It must be important if he wants to meet with me instead of telling me where to go.
I'm afraid you'll have to leave tomorrow.
It's not much rest for a deputy these days.
And there's not much rest for a wife and a mother who's running a store these days either.
True, but you still find time to teach the children.
I'm doing the best I can until we can find a proper school for them.
And I think you're doing a fine job.
You know, I could teach you too, Bass.
I ain't got the time now, Jenny. And I don't want the children to know that I can't read.
There's no shame in that, Bass.
But you're educated.
I've never been to school.
But you can read and write and do numbers.
I was very fortunate. Miss Ellen was an abolitionist and a suffragette, and she said that a lady's maid should be literate. But I know you had it hard on the plantation.
Yeah, I was just a strong back. Then Master George forced me to fight in his war. I was lucky to escape with my life. Not everyone did.
But now you've become one of Judge Parker's best deputies, and no one shoots like you do.
I only shoot when I have to. I know what desperation can do to people.
That's why you're the best. But now, let's go and have supper. The children want to spend time with you, and you've got to get an early start tomorrow morning.
So, Miss Starr, do you have any horses I might be able to buy?
I have several you might be interested in, including 2 Arabians.
Oh, Arabians.
Yes, one of our more prosperous suppliers imported a few from the line that was gifted to President Grant. He did not wish to mar their beauty with brands. They are extremely well trained and will fetch a high price back east.
That'd be interesting.
They are double our usual rate, gold only.
That's a fancy price.
These are very fancy horses. I shall have no trouble finding a buyer.
We'll take them.
A wise decision. I do not work in the saloon on Sunday, so if you have the funds, we can arrange for transfer tomorrow.
That'll be fine. Be just fine.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Bass, I know you had doubts about this job when I first recruited you, but you've become one of my best deputy marshals.
Well, thank you, sir.
You know the Indian Territory better than anybody else.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I believe I do. I spent a few years there after I escaped, and I even picked up some of the language.
A rough place. Just about impossible to enforce the law there.
There's a lot of desperate people out there, sir. You gotta expect some trouble.
Jesse James and his gang were out there for a while.
You want me to go after Jesse James now?
No, I got a telegram this morning early. Jesse James is dead.
What happened?
Dirty little coward named Robert Ford shot him in the back.
That's a shame. No one should die like that. But at least we know who did it.
The governor's planning on giving that little back shooter a pardon.
So we'll have less trouble now.
Actually, there's a lot more going on around Briarton.
Briarton?
It's a small town in Oklahoma, right outside of the Indian Territory. There's not a lot of activity in the town itself, but in the peripheral area, a lot of stealing, robbing, rustling, killings on the roads and ranches nearby. Have you ever heard of Sam and Belle Starr?
I can't say that I have, but it's a big territory. Are they the ones behind it?
I think so. Sam is 3/4 Cherokee, so they live on the reservation. The Starr family's always been a problem. They've been rustling livestock, they've been whiskey peddling. Belle is organized in their outfit, and it's getting bigger and bigger. The local sheriff Cantor won't do a damn thing about it, so I'm sending a U.S. Marshal, and I want you to bring them in.
I'll catch them for you.
Both are dangerous, so I'm making it a dead or alive situation.
Well, you know I always bring them in alive.
I'll need for you to get enough evidence so we can convict these people. They're pretty clever, and they're good at hiding their tracks. So see if you can find stolen horses or stolen goods or anything on their property. Any witnesses that'll be willing to testify, and bring them in.
So you want to hang them?
If they deserve it, yes.
I hope you don't mind me saying it, Judge, but I think you hang too many people.
Makes for no repeat offenders.
Everyone deserves a fair trial.
I agree, and they'll get one. Some of these people will just as soon cut your throat as look at you.
I know it.
I want you to do whatever you need to do to protect yourself, because I can't afford to lose your services.
Those other wagons have gone on ahead. What's wrong with that one?
There's something wrong with the wheel.
Wonder what they're carrying.
First, the team of horses breaks away, then ours. The team of guards have to chase them down, now the wheel's broken. What's next? I swear you new recruits aren't worth the wool we put on your back. Can't you fix that wheel, bumback?
My name is Baumba.
Your name's whatever I say it is. And you better get this wagon moving, and I mean now, boy. We gotta catch up with our unit. You know what we're hauling.
It would help if you get off the wagon, so I have to raise the axle.
Would that help in getting it moving faster?
Yes, it would.
Well then, why didn't you just say so? All right, you better get this wagon rolling, and I mean now, boy. Ma'am, what in God's name are you doing out here?
Officer, I need your help.
What's wrong?
My husband and I were attacked by Indians.
Indians? There's no report of Indians activity in this area.
There is now!
This is not worth your life, Private.
Well, it's not. What's in the wagon?
None of your business.
Want to tell me, Private?
It's the quartermaster strongbox. We bring her to the fort.
Well, bring it with us.
But we sure don't need you.
Hold on, Sam. Yankee, did you serve during the war?
Damn right I served my country.
My brother served his, and your folks killed him.
That was war.
If he died in battle, that would have been fair. But he was having dinner with his lady friend. Your blue belly sneaked in and killed him in cold blood.
This is for you, Belle.
This is for my brother, Bud Shirley. Private, can you fix that wagon?
Yeah, I tried, but this is a two-man job.
There are 2 men here. Sam, I'll scout while you boys fix the wagon, and our new friend can bring all of this back for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Marshal. You new to this territory?
Yes, I am. The name's Bass Reeves. I'm here on special assignment.
Well, our own sheriff keeps Briarton pretty clean. He's over there.
Marshal. I'm not here about this town. Who's the lady on the piano?
Miss Belle Starr.
Belle Starr. So her husband's Sam Starr.
Yes, sir. Now, would you like sarsaparilla, or can you have a real drink?
I'll just have a beer, thank you.
Yes, sir. Marshall wants some beer. I don't like the looks of it. I think I better warn Belle.
You just do that. I'll tell the boys to get ready.
Miss Belle, it's time for your break. There's a new lawman over there. You should take him his drink and talk to him.
Welcome to Briarton, sir.
Well, thank you, Miss Starr. Your plane's very nice.
I'll play some more after my break. Are you just passing through?
I'm on a special assignment. Reports of bank robbers and horse thieves in and out of Indian country.
That doesn't affect Briarton.
I'm afraid it does.
You need not be concerned about Indian territory. The tribal council handles everything out there. The sheriff does his job here, and we all get along just fine.
Well, there's enough activity that even Judge Parker's concerned.
You can tell him not to worry, Mr.
Bass Reeves. Deputy Marshal Bass Reeves.
Marshal Reeves. You look like you've been a lawman for quite a while. Not the most lucrative of professions.
I'm doing pretty well.
Forgive my candor, but do they pay you as much as the white boys?
I don't know.
I know they don't. They never do. They don't like paying women fairly either. Marshal, people like us ought to look out for each other.
I'm not sure I follow your meaning.
If you were to stay out of Indian territory, There would be more than adequate compensation for your lack of trouble.
Miss Starr, I don't take bribes, and I have a job to do. And you could make it real easy if you come quietly with me.
I also have a job to do, and you can help by leaving me alone.
Belle Starr, you're under arrest. Now why don't you come quietly with me?
I think not.
Sir, Mrs. Starr is a fine, upstanding lady and a good citizen. She has done nothing wrong. All she does is play the piano. She don't even come in here on Sunday. I suggest you leave her alone. Now get your ass out of Briarton and don't come back.
Well, it looks like I've made an error in judgment. My apologies, gentlemen.
Do you ever not have a gun in your hand?
Not if I can help it, little brother. Where you been?
I was out ranching for a while, but I'm staying with Sadie now.
You didn't like ranching?
Oh, I liked it just fine. You just put me out of a job.
How the hell did I do that?
A lot of their cattle got rustled, so they didn't need as many hands. I figured you might have a better job for me.
Well, Jim, we do like keeping the business in the family.
I hear you have a fine wife and a new house over in Younger's Bend.
That I do.
Let's come see them.
You think about staying on the reservation?
I might. I saw some horses on a farm outside of Briarton that haven't been branded yet. I could go round them up, but I don't have anywhere to take them.
We got room over there.
Good afternoon. Looks like you're the man that's been stealing my horses.
No, sir, but I'm looking to buy one.
You're looking to buy one? Sneaking around like this?
I ain't no thief, mister.
You sure look like one.
I told you I ain't no thief.
What are you so upset about? You're the one trespassing.
Would a horse thief walk around unarmed?
If he was real clever, yes. What business you got to do with the... Whoa! Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna keep this.
Horse thief!
You're Beth Reeves.
Yes, ma'am.
I've heard of you, and folks say that you're an honest lawman.
I try my best.
You're here about the Starr family.
Yes, I am.
Did you talk to the tribal council?
Yes, I did, but they weren't very helpful. I believe you're the one I need to talk to. Medicine woman holds the wisdom.
I'm holding it as hard as I can.
Can you tell me about the Starrs?
They've been bringing in a lot of money.
You know how they're getting it.
The people are poor, Marshal. They're poor and angry. Government men have moved us away from our homes, our sacred lands, where we loved and walked for over 400 years, And you know who allowed them to do that? Sam Starr's grandfather. That's why they get the best parts of our land.
And I guess they're not much liked in these parts.
There's always been trouble with them. Sadie's all right. But Sam went and married a white woman. Now there's drinking, brawling, fighting, stealing. That's not the way of the people.
Can't the tribal council do something about this?
Belle pays them off. She also owns the sheriff in town.
Belle tried to bribe me too.
She can be very generous. If anybody's hungry, they go to her and she'll feed them. You can make a lot of money by staying out of her way.
Oh, I can't take that kind of money.
You have honor.
I try, ma'am. I have to set an example for my children.
I like you, Mr. Reeves. And I do not want our land to be sheltered for outlaws.
What would you advise?
Don't try to take them together. They shoot as a team. They often go their separate ways to and from town. They use the back roads, but I can tell you how to find them.
Well, I'm a pretty good tracker.
And taking people by surprise.
I'll also need to find some evidence to convict them.
There are people here who can say a lot. But the white courts will not let natives testify.
Yes, I know. Once I have the stars, I'll be able to search their place for evidence.
You'll find a few stolen horses, too.
I appreciate your help.
You're helping us as well.
Got a few good bottles in here.
For the council?
Of course.
These piss antelopes ain't worth nothing. Let's just clean the place out.
Sam, that's not a good idea now. I get a good deal of useful information in that saloon. If we rob them, I'll lose my base in town.
Any good news?
Oh, yes. I talked to an old prospector. He hit it big in California. He's got a big load and he's heading east.
He might not make it back home.
He may not. He's an old man, a lot of scraggly white hair. He's been eating good. And I told him about the shortcut to Little Rock. Shall we go after him?
He's just one old man. I can handle that. He's going back to the house.
All right, don't wake me when you come in.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. You are gone and lost forever, dreadful sorry, Clementine. In my dreams she still does haunt me, though her clothes are soaked in brine. In life I used to love her, but in death I'll draw the line. Oh, my darling.
Hey, old man, I'll help you join. That Clementine of yours?
I don't want to do that. I've been mining these hills for 30-on years. You ain't taking my gold from me.
Oh, but I am.
Well, you get down here and you fight me like a man.
I'll shoot you down like a dirty dog.
I'm waiting.
You can't fight a gun with a stick.
Don't you be telling me what I can and cannot do. Fight me like a man. You ain't afraid to take it on an old man now, are ya?
Sam Starr, you're under arrest.
You can't do this. I didn't do anything wrong.
Robbery and attempted murder.
We were just fooling around.
I beg to differ, sir. You were fully intent on robbing and murdering me without compunction.
What the hell?
Allow me to introduce myself to you, sir. I am James Spencer Burton of the Royal Shakespeare Company on tour in your America.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Burton. You can head on back to town now.
Delighted to be of service to you, Marshal. And shall I have the pleasure of your company at the theater tomorrow? I shall be playing the role of Shylock in A Merchant of Venice.
If my work is done in time, I have to find Belle and get them both into jail. Would you be able to come to Arkansas to testify at the trial?
I'm afraid our tour is taking us to California, but I shall be happy to provide a sworn and signed affidavit attesting to the actions that transpired here today.
Well, that'll be fine, sir.
Then I shall be off. Good day to you, sir.
Mr. Starr, please come with me.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Belle! There's a crazy marshal out here!
Mr. Starr,
I asked you to be quiet.
Bill! Jim! Paul! Is anybody out there?
I see this ain't gonna work.
Hello there. Anybody get thrown off a black horse? There's a black horse tied up over here, 3 white socks. Anybody get thrown off a horse? Anybody around? Hello? Hey fella, how you doing? Somebody leave you out here? Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. Can I see what you're carrying? What you got in here?
Put your hands up. Now turn around slowly.
The honest lawman.
You're under arrest for horse theft.
I didn't steal this horse. I just found him out here. I was looking for his owner.
There's plenty more charges. First, we're gonna search your property so we can have enough to convict you.
Sam will not let you get near the house.
I already got Sam.
You got Sam?
Yes, ma'am, I did. There's a fine reward out for both of you.
There would be a finer reward if you let us go.
No, ma'am. I only take honest rewards. And you and your husband, you're coming with me.
Hell, Bill, they got you too. That damn sneaky ass marshal.
I'm afraid we got careless.
They ain't gonna treat us fair.
They will have to give us a trial.
They may not hang a lady. They'll damn sure hang an Indian.
Simmer down, Sam. This is the first time they've caught us, and they can't have found much evidence.
They'll search the house.
Pearl knows what to do if we don't come home.
What do we do?
Act like a gentleman. Apologize. Promise you'll never break the law again.
That ain't gonna happen.
Promise, Sam. They'll be much harder on you if you don't.
All right.
And at the trial, you let me do the talking.
Sadie, I need your help.
What happened?
Mama and Sam didn't come in this morning. They've been gone for 2 whole days now. I think they've run into trouble.
Do you think the law finally got him?
I'm afraid so. The marshal could be coming to our house next. I need a place to stash anything that could be used for evidence.
You can hide the money and goods here.
I may need help with something else too.
The court of Fort Smith is now in session. The Honorable Hireland C. Parker presiding. We shall now hear the evidence against Sam and Belle Starr, who are accused of murder, robbery, and horse theft.
How do you plead?
I am innocent, Your Honor.
Me too, Your Honor.
I've heard a lot about you too.
Campfire tales do not qualify as evidence.
So right you are, ma'am.
Deputy Marshal Reeves, I believe you have some evidence.
Indeed I do. As most of you know, I bring in my people without bloodshed. And I often employ unusual tactics in doing so. When I arrested Sam Starr, I was assisted by world-renowned actor Mr. James Spencer Burton. He has provided this affidavit testifying that Mr. Starr attempted to rob and murder him.
Let me see that. Thank you. According to this, Mr. Sam Starr threatened to kill Mr. Burton if he didn't hand over the gold.
He's lying!
Mr. Starr, be quiet.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Of course, go ahead.
How can you judge my husband on the written word of an actor? This James Spencer Burton is a man whose trade is subterfuge and illusion, who can convince you that he's the Prince of Denmark one day and the Barber of Seville the next. How can this be admitted as evidence in a court of law?
Your Honor, this affidavit is signed and witnessed.
But it is an affidavit, not a deposition.
Miss Starr is correct, Marshal.
And what does that mean?
Did anyone question Mr. Burton when he wrote his affidavit?
No.
Your Honor.
Since the Starrs cannot respond to Mr. Burton's statements, I'm afraid this is inadmissible.
Do you have any other evidence, Marshal?
I'd like to call Mrs. Lena Douglas, the owner of the mercantile store.
Mrs. Douglas, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I understand that in 1880, your store began handling payroll for the Diamondback Mining Corporation.
We did. We had quite a lot of cash on hand.
And what happened the first day you were operating as a pay station?
We were robbed at gunpoint by outlaws, and they shot our Pinkerton security guard.
Can you identify the man that shot him?
I can.
Who was it?
It was Jesse James.
Jesse James?
Yes, sir.
Are you absolutely certain that Jesse James was the robber inside the store who shot the Pinkerton?
Yes, I am. I recognized him right away from all the wanted posters.
And he had his gang with him?
Yes, he did, but I did not recognize any of the other men.
Please look over there. Were Mr. and Mrs. Starr part of that gang?
No, I have never seen them before in my life.
So under oath, you're declaring that Jesse James was responsible for this murder and robbery?
Yes, sir. It was Jesse James. Some of the other townspeople recognized him as well.
Everybody knows Jesse James did a lot of killing and robbing.
Shut up, Mr. Starr. Are there any further questions? Witness may be seated.
Marshal, do you have anyone else?
I did discover proof of horse theft.
Please elucidate.
When I went to the Starr's property, I noticed in their corral they had more horses than what belonged to them. I could tell they didn't belong to them because of the brands that were on the horses. They were the brands of other ranchers in the territory.
The side of the corral was busted open, and then Marshal Reeves found our horses on the Starr property.
But you don't know how they got there.
You stole them.
Horses can bust out of corral.
So you're saying that these horses escaped?
This is wild territory. Horses can break out of corral. Coyote, wildcat, they could have got in the corral and they spooked them and they broke out.
And how did they end up in your pen?
When we find horses running loose like that, we bring them in and we take care of them.
If we'd known they were yours, we would have returned them.
Lots of folks coming and going out here. Belle works in the saloon. I got a family to take care of, and I just can't see over everything.
I think we have evidence of horse theft.
Is there anyone else to testify for the defendants?
Your Honor, Starr family would come into town once a month for supplies. They'd always pay in cash. They're a good family.
I know Miss Starr and her daughter from church. She's always very generous to the mission fund.
Sam acts tough, but he's a decent family man. Miss Belle's always been nice.
All the evidence is before the court. Judge Parker will make his ruling.
Anything you have to say before sentencing?
Your Honor, if you think me an outlaw, please remember that I am a lady outlaw. I did not choose this life. I was raised in a genteel home and educated at the Female Academy. But my family lost everything during the war. I married a man who was supposed to take care of me, but he engaged in nefarious activities that led to his untimely demise. I was left a widow with a young daughter to raise. When good Christian folk turned their backs on me, the Stars were kind enough to take me in and welcome me. Fortune smiled upon me, and Sam and I fell in love. He has been a fine husband and an excellent father to my daughter.
That's the best thing I've ever heard said about him.
Please bear in mind that the measure of a man is the worth of the things that he cares about.
I just want to take care of my family.
Your Honor, we must place our trust in Lady Justice and hope that we shall not be unfairly punished for what is beyond our control.
No, ma'am, you shall not be unfairly punished. I sentence both of you to 6 months each in the penitentiary. Court adjourned.
Mrs. Douglas, I must speak to you.
I said all I have to say.
No, you told me that you saw Sam Starr shoot that Pinkerton and that Belle Starr took the money. You said your son saw it too. What happened?
Jesse James was there.
Jesse was outside, not in the store. What happened?
I can't say.
Now, if you don't tell me, I'll have a chat with the judge.
All right. I received this note. I am sorry. I read it so much, I am afraid I've torn it out. It is from Belle Starr. She and Sam's sister shanghaied my son. And they're going to kill him if I tell the truth.
So you lied under oath.
I had to.
You do know that's perjury.
You are a father, are you not?
I am.
Are you saying you would not tell a lie if it would save your child's life?
I suppose I will.
I am a widow. Ben is my only child. I cannot lose him.
I understand.
Now, you take this trail, you'll be to Briarton by sunset. Remember, your horse threw you and you couldn't catch him.
You're keeping my horse?
Yes, it will make the story much more believable. Remember, if you say a word to anyone, it'll be you and your mama next.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a little something for you, for your time and trouble. Get yourself a new horse, and your mama something nice.
This is more than I'm making a year at the ranch.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to shoot you.
Only 6 months for the Stars?
You said I hang too many people.
As you said, some deserve it.
Some indeed do.
You could have given them more time.
I could have, but it didn't seem right in this case.
And why not?
Not enough evidence.
Maybe I should go and look around for some more.
No. I'll have a lot more cases for you soon.
Are you sure? Now that the Stars are out of the way for a while.
That won't be necessary.
Is there something you're not telling me?
Bill wrote me a letter.
And?
It was in Latin.
So she can read and write Latin?
Yes, and the grammar was perfect.
She's still a lawbreaker.
She's an educated lawbreaker. I think we can reform her.
And what about Sam?
It's his first offense, and she asked me to be lenient with him.
This does not sound like you, Judge. What was in that letter?
All right, Bass, I guess I better tell you something.
What's that?
My granddaughters always wanted to take piano lessons.
What does that have to do with anything?
Belle Starr is going to be your teacher.
Sam!
I thought I never would get out of there.
I'm glad you're home safe.
They had me doing hard labor.
I heard. You know, you could have gone into one of those programs where they teach you how to read and write.
Now why in the world would I want to learn how to read and write?
Sam, that would have made things a lot easier for you.
I don't want to live like a white man.
Sam, it is their government now. We have to accept it and find a way to work around it.
I've had enough of federals.
I know, and I'm not saying it won't be difficult, but I do have some influence with Judge Parker.
And?
You got off lightly for what they could have done to you. Do you know how many piano lessons I had to give his homely little daughter just to get her fat sausage fingers to play scales?
I was out digging ditches and building fences.
I know. And you don't have to go back to that. Things have to change. That means no more robberies, no more rustling livestock, and definitely no more killings.
Yeah.
We can still smuggle in the whiskey. Pearl and Jim have been helping with that.
What do you expect me to do?
We have the best land in Indian Territory. I am currently interviewing tenants who will work it for us and pay us a fair profit.
I don't like that, Belle.
Would you rather work it yourself?
Hell no. Oklahoma's growing and there's a new railway coming in and we can take it.
No, Sam, I am done with outlawing.
Are you turning chicken on me?
No, I'm getting smarter. More towns coming in means more laws. We won't get off as easily next time.
We'll stay together and we won't get caught again.
Sam, we will. Cole is serving a life sentence and Jesse's dead. I'm not going to end up like that.
What are you going to do? Go back to playing in a saloon?
No, Sam. From now on, I am going to be an honest lady.
I didn't marry any honest lady.
This land is excellent for farming. The Indians grow corn, but you'd also raise wheat or potatoes or even cotton. Right behind the trees is the Canadian River.
Fine parcel of land, Mrs. Starr.
Now, I am only going to lease this land to someone who will work it properly.
Edgar and I are looking for a place that we can settle down.
I'd be happy to have you two as neighbors, as long as you can pay cash in advance.
I can do that.
Then this will be a satisfactory arrangement. Just one thing, Mr. Watson. I understand you have served time for horse theft.
Ma'am, you wouldn't hold that against us, would you? We know you have been in prison also.
That is true. Both of us have pasts which are less than honorable. But I also believe in redemption.
As do I.
I only wish to live the rest of my life in peace. And that's why I insist that this land only be used for legitimate operations.
I understand. I'm a hard worker and so is my wife.
Excellent. Raise whatever crops you like.
I'd like to get into a little ranch.
I'd like to raise some chickens and sell the eggs.
That would be fine as long as your stock is acquired legally. And then you may sell or trade your products with whomever you like as long as the dealings are fair.
Between the Indians and the townsfolk, I think we'll do real well here.
And we'll keep everything honest and square.
Then we shall get along splendidly. As long as you pay your rent on time and do not cause any trouble, I shall not be a difficult proprietor. I'll have the papers tomorrow.
I'll have the cash tomorrow.
Thank you.
We've missed Belle playing this past year.
Oh, she wants to be an honest lady now.
Nothing wrong with playing the piano.
Nah, she's trying to work the land.
I can't see Belle farming.
Damn right. I remember when we robbed that federal wagon.
Damn, I don't want to hear about that.
The hell, she used to ride with Jesse James and Cole Younger.
Oh, shut up, Sam, and let us drink in peace.
Why? Give me a nothing.
You've had enough for tonight, Sam. Pay up.
I ain't paying for nothing.
Come on, Sam, settle up.
I'll settle up all right. Give me all your cash.
All right, Sam, we don't need you cause no trouble in here.
There won't be any trouble if you just hand it over.
Put that gun away, Sam. We ain't been doing so well since Belle left.
Well, I ain't been doing so well either.
All right, Sam, you get out of here now, I'm gonna arrest you.
Nobody's arresting me again.
The judge wants you to go after Sam Starr.
Again?
Yes. He robbed the saloon in Briarton, killed the sheriff, and a couple of others.
The saloon? They were so loyal to Belle, they wouldn't testify against the Stars.
That was before they went to prison. Things are different now.
Yeah, prison does change people. Makes some of them moral, and makes others even meaner than they were before.
That sounds like Sam and Belle.
She was the clever one. If she's not helping him, he'll be more reckless than he was before.
Just promise me this, Bass, that you'll be careful. Sam's crazy dangerous now.
I will.
Walker, old buddy, it's time for us to take a rest.
Don't do it. Sam Starr, you're under arrest.
Why in the hell do you keep enforcing the white man's law? You can live out here in peace. Bring your family.
Come on, Sam. Let's make this easy.
I ain't making nothing easy for you, you traitor.
That's 3. That's 4. That's 5.
Damn you to hell, Bass Reeves!
Belle, I'm afraid I have more bad news for you.
What could be worse than losing Sam?
You have to leave the reservation. This house ain't yours.
I am Sam's widow. Widow always gets her husband's property.
That's white man's law. It's different here. You don't have a drop of Indian blood, and you can't stay here unless you're married to one.
Would you evict a bereaved widow?
This is not my decision. This decree comes from tribal council, and you can't pay him off this time.
And I suppose I'll have to marry another Indian.
If you can find someone.
Sam and I put too much into this house to lose it now. Tell me, is Jim your brother or half-brother?
Neither. He's adopted.
But he has enough Indian blood to stay here.
Sure does.
Then I can marry him.
Belle, he's a lot younger than you.
Men marry younger women all the time. I can make it worth his while.
I don't know.
Do you want this house for yourself?
I'm happy with my place.
Would you rather someone else take it?
No, I wouldn't.
Then let me keep it in the family. I can even ask Jim to take the Starr name. Would that be all right?
That will be fine.
Thanks for stopping by, Jim. Would you like a drink?
I would, but give me the good stuff. None of that rock out you sell the tribes.
You have a discerning palate.
Thank you.
Now, Jim, I understand that you are Sam's brother by adoption, not birth.
I am. My last name's July, not Starr.
But you've been more than happy to participate in the family businesses.
Beats being a ranch hand.
You have been an asset, Jim.
It's always nice working with you and Sam.
Yes, it was. I appreciate you and Pearl handling things while I was away. How do you like this house?
It's the best house on the reservation.
Certainly is. You know Sam built it for me. And our land here is very productive. I've leased some to the Watsons at a fine profit.
You are a very enterprising lady.
Yes, I am. And I would like to continue doing business here.
That'd be nice, but Sadie tells me you've got to leave.
I don't want to do that. I have a very good life here.
I'd hate to see you go.
Would you? There is a way that I could stay if you're willing to help.
What do you need me to do?
Marry me.
What?
I know I'm a bit older, but this marriage would be quite advantageous for both of us. I could continue to live here, and you would share in the profits of all the businesses I've established.
It does sound mighty fine and dandy.
Of course, you would have to take the Starr name.
You've already talked to Sadie about this, didn't you?
She's our family elder now.
Jim July Starr. I think I can live with that.
Daddy, you're a hero. You're better than the pirates.
Son, I was just doing my job. I'll tell you all about it over dinner, but right now I need to talk to your mom.
Bess, are you all right?
That was the first time I ever shot to kill.
You had to, or else your ear would have ended up on his necklace.
And how'd you hear about that?
It was all over the papers.
I've always been proud of bringing them back alive.
The important thing is that you came back alive. Thank the Lord.
You are right. We have been blessed. And I got a fine bonus on Sam. I believe this is enough to send Robert to school.
It is. It is.
I suppose I should congratulate you on your latest wedding?
Yes, you should. Why weren't you there?
I had other business to attend to. Why do I need to watch you marry another Starr?
Please remember that my marriage allows us to continue living here.
I don't want to live here.
Pearl, what's wrong? Your behavior lately has been very odd.
Well, you should know I'm gonna have a baby.
I'm not surprised.
Don't chastise me, Mother.
I have always given you your freedom, and young girls make mistakes. But a lot of women get married when they're wearing the bustle wrong. Who's the boy?
He's not a boy. He's a man. And he's married.
I will shoot the bastard.
Mama, if I wanted him shot, I'd shoot him myself.
All right, then. I know a fine surgeon over in Little Rock. He will fix you right up.
The procedure is too risky.
So is having a baby.
You should know.
I do. You should listen to your mother.
I want this baby.
Then we'll find someone to marry you. I'm sure there's plenty of men around here who could be persuaded.
Oh, so you're going to bribe some cowboy to marry your wayward daughter? Make everything nice. I am tired of your schemes, Mama. I have watched you go out with outlaws all over the territory.
We needed the money, Pearl. You know I always cared for you.
You are relieved of your motherly duties. I can take care of myself, and I don't need a man to take care of me.
You cannot have a child out of wedlock. Decent people will have nothing to do with you.
What do you know about decent people? You are a convicted criminal.
I did not choose that life, Pearl. It was forced upon me.
Oh yes, I've heard this story. You can keep spinning your tales, Mama. I do not want to live like you. I do not want to live like a savage out on this reservation.
How dare you say that? The Cherokee have always been very good to us.
They are not my people. I don't have any people.
Is your child's father going to take care of you then?
In a way, yes. For my silence, he is giving me capital so I could take care of myself.
And what will you do then? A girl on her own with a baby?
I will work at a saloon.
Pearl, I have done my best to teach you, but no one wants to hear you play piano.
I won't be playing.
Then you'll be...
Yes, Mother. I will open up the finest bordello west of the Mississippi. I will have the finest whiskeys, the prettiest girls, and gambling tables. I will also have a piano player. Would you like the job?
You cannot do this!
Oh, but I can.
I have a lot of connections. I shall put a stop to this.
Well, maybe I will be lucky, and someone will put a stop to you first.
We've been paying our rent on time and in cash. You got no need to be meddling here.
What happens on this land is my responsibility.
We've been working hard out here.
Yes, raising our chickens and growing our wheat.
And stealing horses.
We have a few horses of our own. There's nothing wrong with that.
Keep your nose out of our corral.
Your corral contains stolen animals.
They're not stolen.
I am very familiar with the brands of all the ranches around here. Those horses are neither mine nor yours. They belong to the big estate outside Briarton.
Well, they're here now, and I have a bill of sale.
I would prefer to keep this between us, Mr. Watson. Return these horses, and we shall say no more.
We may have a fellow to buy them.
You'll get a cut. We're not trying to cheat you.
You will not cheat me or anyone else, Mr. Watson. I know you're wanted for murder in Florida. You have 3 days to return these horses, or I shall go to the law.
There's nothing worse than a reformed Santa hypocrite.
Do you think she'll turn you in?
I better make sure she doesn't.
Jim, you are supposed to be delivering the whiskey, not drinking it.
I am sick and tired of peddling whiskey and bribing the council. That's all I ever do anymore.
It's easy work and it's lucrative. Would you rather be farming?
Hell no! I want horses.
We can purchase some at the next auction.
Auction? Belle, you and I both know better ways to get horses.
No, Jim. I told you. No more of that.
Do you think I'm just gonna sit around here running your errands?
We have a very good life here.
It's duller than ditch water.
It is peaceful. That is something I have learned to appreciate.
You want peaceful? You might as well be dead.
Jim, please listen to me. I have experienced a lot more of life than you have.
You've forgotten what it's like to be young.
I haven't forgotten anything. I lost 2 husbands to the outlaw life. I know that you and I are both very lucky to be alive and free. I don't want to lose you too.
You've already lost me, Belle.
I know you've been seeing that Choctaw girl.
I should have known you'd been spying on me. Well, then you must know she's beautiful, she's young, and she's the only reason why I'm still here.
Her family doesn't want you to have anything to do with her. They are arranging a marriage for her.
Did you do this?
I didn't have to. Choctaw don't care for the stars. And as soon as I spoke to the elders...
When will you learn to mind your business?
You are my business. This whole place is my business. You would have been dead or in prison long ago if we hadn't taken you in.
Those were the good days, Belle. Back when you and Sam had something I wanted to be part of. Well, now, you just have something that I want to get away from.
Jim, I know our marriage has never been based on love, but we have a mutually beneficial alliance.
It's not beneficial to me anymore. I sure as hell don't want to be married to some old hag who's losing her mind and her looks.
You have no right to speak to me like that.
And you have no right to tell me what to do.
I know what matters in life.
So do I. I want my freedom, and I'm gonna get it.
I think you're the only friend I have left. Let's go into town.
Don't shoot my horse, you coward! Go home, go.
What's the latest news?
Belle Starr got shot.
Belle? What happened? Did she go back to robbing banks?
No. She was riding into town, minding her own business, when she got shot in the back, same as Jesse James. Nobody knows who did it.
She did have some enemies.
Not surprising with the life she led.
She was trying to redeem herself.
Poor lady.
She was trying to be a lady.
Well, I better head down to the store.
I'm afraid I'll be heading out again tomorrow.
What? There's no news from Judge Parker yet.
No, but I've got to hunt down that dirty little coward who killed Belle Starr.
Belle.